When I was 7 years old, I sat on a train rolling east through the night, and my mother sang songs just to keep out the dark, till we both fell asleep in the first morning light. And I thought on my grandfather's life as the carriages rolled, for all I knew of him were stories my mother had told. I was 7 years old, and I waited in the station in the wind and the steam and the rain, and I can still smell the smoke and see the look in his eyes, and his hat and his suit and his cane, as he lifted me down from the train. When I was 16 years old, I fought with my parents like a young man should, and when the fighting got too rough, I'd walk with my grandfather down to the railway where the wine cellar stood. And he talked to the people he'd met and the places he'd seen, just to show that he knew all the lines he was reading between. I was only 16. And when the signalman asked if he still set his watch by the train, he said that he trusted the Danube Express more than many's the watch he could name. And we watched it roll over the plain. It took me too long to return. He was older and smaller and frailer than me, but when I looked in his eyes I could still see the smile, and I knew he was younger than I'd ever be. And I sat there and told him the sum of my hopes and my fears, and he smiled and said laughter could always cure most of the tears of my 31 years. And when I told him I'd take the train later that day for the West, he said he'd go with me, we'd chase all the girls, the dark ones were always the best, for he remembered the way that they dressed. A few months later he died. We drove all night till the bad weather cleared, my friends all around me, my fiddle, my songs, on the eve of my birthday in the spring of the year. And later I called out his name as I lifted my glass, and a Michigan train whistle answered the call as it passed. It broke me at last, but I smiled as I struggled to keep back the tears from my eyes, for I knew it was easy to talk to my grandfather each time a big train went by, and there was really no reason to cry. And I was easy to talk to my grandfather. Each time a big train went by, and there was really no reason to cry.